Ross, and welcome to NEN Northeast News, where we deliver news that matters to you. We begin our segment today by stepping out into our community at a place where many people from our area get their entertainment. Rochester film lovers were pleasantly surprised to see the renovations done to the Dryden Theater after being closed for 2 months. With more on what people can expect, here's Carlos Ortiz.
Rochester film lovers were pleasantly surprised to see the renovations done to the Dryden Theater after being closed for 2 months. The George Eastman Dryden Theater closed in January for renovations. The renovations done to the theater include replacing flooring, walls, seats, the screen, a new digital projector, a new control system, among other things. These renovations and technical upgrades will allow them to maintain a higher quality of filming. The new digital projector, screen, and screen masking allows them to screen almost every type of film ever created. The new seats are more comfortable with more space, but there is a downside. There are 35 fewer seats. Some of the seats can also be removed for people in wheelchairs to sit comfortably. The new carpets and walls are repainted so that reflections from the projector is minimized, thus enhancing the viewer's experience. And the new cove lights, they keep the mood of the room light and peaceful. The overall cost for the renovations, more than $500,000. For NEN, I'm Carlos Ortiz.
Are you constantly on your cell phone? Have you heard that your favorite piece of technology may be giving you brain cancer? Today, Khadijah Rawson investigates this rumor in Fact or Fiction.
I think I do have my suspicions, and I think that excessive use of cell phones can potentially cause some type of cancer or some type of harm to your brain, especially if you constantly hold your cell phone next to your head constantly, repeatedly. So that's why I like to use the devices that keep your cell phone away from your ear and head as much as possible.
I don't think they cause brain cancer because how can you get brain cancer by a cell phone? I understand when people be on the phone like too much, then the ears start to hurt, so it causes germs. But I never know that it caused brain cancer. I kind of think it caused brain cancer a little bit because people, they be on the phone too much and too long. That's all I think.
I don't think so at this point. Just like they said that microwaves could cause cancer because of the radiation from them. I don't think it's ever been proven yet. I don't use a cell phone that much, so I guess I would say not at this point.
I'm not sure about cell phones causing brain cancer. I feel that when we find out, it might be too late. I try not to use mine as much as possible. I use a Bluetooth instead of putting the phone up to my head, just in case.
I would say no, because a lot of people use their phones, and I think as a person, I use my phone a lot, and I don't have cancer or none of my family does, so as a person, I would say no.
Personally, I don't. There hasn't really been enough evidence to sway me towards that. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? Probably not. There haven't been any conclusive studies. What they have found, however, is that there are links here and there to certain types of cancer. But other than that, there has been no set in stone, yes they do or no they don't. There's a lot of studies that conflict each other. There was a study done in Sweden that says tumors are more likely to be formed on the side of the head where cell phones are used. And then one in Germany said the exact opposite.
And now it's time for Tiana's Animal Corner, where this week she'll be presenting her Big Cat documentary. Thanks to the folks at Seneca Park Zoo, she was able to go behind the scenes and give us some insight into the big cats.
Some of the most majestic and beautiful creatures to roam this earth are going extinct due to human sport and neglect. Big cats are known for their power, danger, and most of all, their beautiful coats of fur. After years of being hunted or killed because of their fur and threats of danger, big cats are now becoming more scarce to find. Some tiger species have become extinct, and many other species of big cats are becoming more minute as the years go by. To keep some of the big cats safe and preserved, there are special reservations in the wild that make hunting illegal. Another form of protection for the big cats is also a form of entertainment and education for humans, the zoo. The Seneca Park Zoo is helping give some insight into how big cats are adapting to the care they are receiving outside of their natural habitats.
The biggest thing that we do to ensure that our cats live a safe and healthy life and have a safe and healthy experience here is consistent care.
In order for zoos to be able to hold any animal, they have to follow a set of rules and regulations. The conditions have to be up to standards and fit the needs of the animals. Not every animal eats the same food, and each has a specific diet in order for them to survive.
They typically get a beef-based diet, which is sort of similar to hamburger meat. It's got some bone and some tendons and things like that that we wouldn't find all that good. They get chicken, they get venison. For special occasions like birthdays, we give them rabbits. We get a meat delivery about every 3 to 4 months. And the typical meat delivery is about, I want to say about 12,000 pounds. As far as what we go through a day for the cats, each one of the tigers is eating right now about 5 to 6 pounds of meat a day.
The zoos must be able to provide fresh and wholesome foods that will satisfy the animal's needs. The food must be prepared in a sanitized station and must fit the animal's size, diet, age, and physical conditions. Fresh water is to be presented for the animal at all times of the day and should be easily accessible. If the animal is sick or pregnant, the zoo should provide specific foods to either nurse the animal back to health or give the baby its nutrition and vitamins.
A multivitamin, and also one of our sea lions gets painkillers. So in order to feed them the supplements, we just stuff them in the gills of the fish and it just goes right down. They swallow their fish whole, and so that's how they get them.
Public feeding of the animals by onlookers is to be strictly prohibited because the food given may be bad for the diet or nutrition of the animal. Some jurisdictions require zoos to create, keep track of, and abide by a set of rules or a plan of environmental enhancement. In order for animals to stay at the zoo, they need surroundings that are good for their physiological well-being.
Physical differences between a cat in the wild and a cat in captivity. The cats in captivity are going to be a little bit heavier. They eat every day, number one. Number two, what they're given for enrichment, they may not get the exercise that they maybe should. Emotionally, they probably scare a little bit easier, maybe because they're exposed to things that they normally wouldn't be exposed to if they were in the wild. For example, our cats are afraid of snakes.
All exhibits should be beneficial and especially tailored to the animal that is being held within it. For example, it would be inappropriate for an African lion to be taken from its natural habitat and be put into an environment that is more fit for a penguin. A specific species may need more or less heat than other species.
We have to be able to provide heat, shade, structure, that kind of thing. Access to clean water every day. Access to a clean exhibit every day.
One example would be the leopard. A leopard located in Africa would definitely respond to the sun and heat better than a snow leopard. Although they are of the same family and descendants, they both have a different coat and body structure. A part of a zoo's responsibility is the general welfare of animals. This is very important for them to live a long and healthy life in a zoo or outside in the wild.
One of the most crucial things we do to make sure our big cats are healthy and safe is we check our exhibits every day to make sure that the containment is in good condition so they can't escape. We check our electricity, we check our fencing, we monitor everything that they eat.
Zoos have to pay attention to the safety and security of animals. Safety and security are put into 5 basic categories: physical barriers, warning signs for dangerous animals and equipment, escape prevention and contingency plans, specific animal handling procedures, and general public safety.
They're regulated by recognition, USDA, and approval, but we mainly are overseen by group experts, Association of Zoos and Aquariums, AZA, and we get accredited every 5 years. And an AZA accreditation means like an official recognition and approval of a zoo or aquarium by group experts.
Warning signs are placed to create a safe environment for the zoo's visitors so that they would know the specific animals are too dangerous to get close to. The zoo is designed to be a safe place for people to look and learn about wild animals without being in harm's way. Through careful planning, caring, and overall nutrition of these wild cats, it is a safe haven for them while still catering to their natural survival. Thanks to zoos like the Seneca Park Zoo here in Rochester, we are able to have an intimate view of these majestic creatures without being in harm's way.
Are you looking for some fun ways to stay fit at home without having to pay for some of those high-priced gyms out there? Physical education teacher and trainer Bill Hanfin joins NEN Sabata Harley for some ways to get in shape now that the swimsuit season is around the corner and at the price you can afford.
Hello everyone, my name is Sabata and I'm going to show you some cool exercises to do at home.
My name is Mr. Hanifin, and I'm one of the phys ed teachers here at Northeast Collegiate Prep. And we're going to do a few exercises that will help you at home. Just like Sabata said, we're going to do three or four exercises. One exercise is going to be a warm-up exercise to get the blood flow. The second exercise will be an abdominal exercise for the core. The third exercise will be an abdominal exercise for the core. And the fourth exercise will be a lower back exercise to balance out the core with the front of the body and the back of the body. First exercise that we're going to do is just a basic jumping jack. And Sabata's going to do 10 jumping jacks just to get her body warmed up. Good to go, Sabata. Y'all warmed up? Since your basic sit-up, so you can do it with somebody holding your feet so your legs are still, or somebody not holding your feet and you're doing it all by yourself, which actually put more pressure on your lower back, your abdominals, your whole core to stabilize your body. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the one that Sabata's going to do without anybody holding their feet. Okay? So the first thing we'll do is Sabata will get down on her back in a sit-up position. Sabata's going to do like 5 exercises and a regular sit-up. Second exercise that Sabata is going to do is for her lower abdominals. So she's first going to start out with straightening her legs out and then rising them up all the way to where my hand is. And as she brings her legs up, she's going to reach up and touch her toes with her hands and then come all the way back down. Does everybody see that? Now she's working her lower abdominals. Her upper abdominals and her lower abdominals. We also have to work her lower back to make sure that there's a balance of strength in her body. All right? What Sabata is going to do is she's going to lay flat down on the mat. Okay? And these are called Supermans. What she's going to do is bring her hands straight out over her head like she's flying like Superman, and she's going to lift her feet off the ground, and she's going to lift her hands off the ground, and that'll contract her lower back right in here. Then she'll bring them down, and she'll stand up, Sabata. And that concludes our 4 exercises that you can do at home
that'll work your core.
Thank you, Mr. Hannafin.
Thank you, Sabata.
Bye.
Well, that does it for this week's NEN Northeast News. We leave you with some powerful quotes by some famous Native Americans. I'm Zipporah Ross. Enjoy.